guys! Today we'll be talking about Mr. President Joe Biden picks Samsung chip complex to start his Seoul visit. So let's get to it. Joe Biden, who is the US president, is expected to start his 3-day state visit this week with a tour of Samsung Electronics Chip Complex. So Samsung is a very popular company, famous company in Korea that makes not only semiconductors, but also, phones. Their new robot vacuum cleaners. Also, their TVs. Also, they make a lot of things. So if you don't know what Samsung is or what company they are, definitely check them out because it's a really cool company. Biden will arrive in Seoul on Friday for summit talk with President Yoon Suk-yeol on Saturday. Upon his arrival at the Osan Air Base, he is reportedly heading directly to Samsung Chip Complex in Pyeongtaek, Gyeonggi Province, some 70 kilometers south of Seoul. And this is shocking because normally what presidents do when they visit Korea is always visit the DMZ, probably to check if there's any issues with North Korea or yada yada yada. But this time Biden's very different. He is visiting. So a little bit history about his visits was that who visited the DMZ back in 1983. Ronald Reagan visited along with Bill Clinton in 1993. George W. Bush in 2002, and finally with Barack Obama in 2012. Donald Trump wanted to visit in 2017, but could not because of the forecast. So, all of them like to visit. But this time, President Biden Ofar is instead visiting Samsung Chip Complex. So this is quite a news. Seoul's presidential office also confirmed the visit, but it's a tentative schedule. Quote unquote. If the event is held, President Yoon also plans to join, make a speech, and meet workers there. Ooh, I want to meet President Yoon and Biden, dude. Kim Tae-ho, the first deputy director, told reporters he declined to further elaborate due to security issues. So we're not really sure what's going to happen in the future, of where they're gonna go. Samsung's vice chairman Lee Jae-young, the de facto leader of the nation's largest conglomerate, is highly likely offer the two presidents a personal tour around the facilities. Lee Jae-young is he out of jail? I didn't know Lee Jae-young was out. Oh, 2021 he was out. So now he's back in Samsung. I didn't know that. Oh, so Lee Jae-young has been out at 2021 August. He was in jail for multiple reasons, but the Pyeongtaek complex is one of the world's largest semiconductor manufacturing facilities, stretching across a 289,000 square meter site, the equivalent of some 400 soccer. Biden will become the first U.S. president to visit the site that is located near the... Oh, really? So I guess this never happened, the fact that president is visiting a semiconductor manufacturing facility. So back in 2017, former President Donald Trump was quoted as saying he was greatly impressed by the huge size of the complex as he looked down at it from the helicopter on his way. Wow, that's so cool that you could see it. Samsung started construction of the complex in May 2015. The first production line, P1, started in 2017, blah, blah, blah. Both P1 and P2 were the world's largest chip production facilities at the time of completion. There's upcoming P3 scheduled latter half of next year. So we will be seeing 3 different production lines of semiconductors. Biden's high-profile visit comes amid his big push to reshape global supply chain after a series of disruptions, including the COVID-19 pandemic, Russia's invasion, and trade war with China. He aims to promote new production and trading channels for essential goods like chips, batteries that run through friendly nations. He has held a series of supply chain meetings with business leaders since that, and Samsung's one of them, In response, Samsung announced a 17 billion plan last year to build a new foundry plant in Texas. The plant with Pyeongtaek Complex will become Samsung's key chip production base. So how is this production going? Is this still an ongoing project? Is there any news related to this? I think it's because US is getting a big Intel plant. Is that why they're talking? Super important industry, of course. So Samsung recent news about their $17 billion plant is, I mean, it's just another news that they're building it. But they don't seem to have a due date of when it's going to be done. But it seems like the city is very helping out with it. They're giving them like industrial zoning, blah blah blah. Wow, and that so Samsung said the factory will be 2,000 high-tech jobs directly to the area. Require about 6,000 workers to build. So said construction will start early this year. It's projected to start operating by the second half of 2024. Dude, this is gonna take so long, guys. Oh my god. So I guess that's probably one reason why Biden wanted to visit and talk to Samsung about it and see how the planning for building the $17 billion plant is going. In the meanwhile, Biden's schedule will be packed with summit meetings on Saturday. Later in the day, he is expected to attend a welcome banquet hosted by Yoon. About 10 chaebol leaders, including the top 4 Samsung, SKT, Hyundai, and LG have also been invited. Damn! I think they're forgetting JinriCo someday, guys. So Biden's coming to Korea. This is very interesting. And another interesting fact is that they're actually going to Samsung first, which also is funny. So we'll see how that will go on. It'll be great if you are the leader of, or if you work at Samsung, because you get to maybe have a chance to see the president. So, couple of things that would be interesting for the lookout is what they're going to talk about in terms of production of semiconductors. Since, as the article mentions, there has been recent issues of COVID pandemic, global supply chain issues caused by COVID pandemic issue, the Russian invasion and trade war of China. And this probably would tie in the news of China and Taiwan. For investors, how will this news affect them? I'm not sure. Maybe Korean investors who's invested in Samsung would be happy that, they're trying to increase production rate of semiconductors, and that's people are going to buy more, or people would need to rely on Samsung semiconductors, would be what I would guess, and that people are interested. That's a great question. Can Americans invest in Samsung? Samsung actually has a how to buy stock section on how you can buy. So for European Union residents, investors in the US can trade Samsung Electronics GDR as the same way they trade stock listed on their local stock exchange. For non-EUs, excluding US residents, So US residents, individuals are prohibited from trading GDRs according to Rule 144A of the US Security Exchange Act. So probably not. This type of news might be connected to products that are using Samsung semiconductors, because they are getting a big push of they could be getting a big push of increasing production rate for semiconductors with the help of the US president. So a lot of US companies that are using Korean, like Samsung semiconductors, would be something to look into. But other than that, I don't see much. It is a Korean news, and I guess Koreans are going to be very happy about it. So conclusion wise, welcome. We're going to probably give a big welcome to Mr. President Joe Biden, and hope he has a wonderful stay in Korea. Check out some yummy bulgogis out there, or some yummy food, and kind of expecting, we'll be expecting any fun news that comes out from the 10 Chaebol banquet that they're gonna have sometime Saturday. So that's all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Other than that, I'm done with the news.